What's her face?
She's a taxi queen, fair but he's queen of the road.
Morning, Mrs. B. Where are we off to the day? No, don't tell me. Asda. I know, I must be psychic. Here, I had an actual psychic in the taxi the other day. Well, so he claimed. Oh, that was quick.
I knew you were coming. Thanks for being prompt. Hate being late for my clients.
Oh, the traffic's quieting down. It was hoaching earlier. You'd have thought Greg's had reopened and was doing 75% half steak bakes.
It's your lucky day.
Doubt it. I hung out a washing this morning and a big bird came and keeked on it. And by the look of the keek, it'd been eating oysters.
They say that's lucky.
Would have been lucky if I'd got my hands in it. It would have been pigeon pie for dinner.
You could have done it in a Jamie Oliver recipe to spite it.
So, do you work around here then?
No, I go all over the place. In my line of work, I straddle two worlds.
So do I. Borheed and Paisley. What is it you do exactly?
I deliver messages.
Want me to stole path that you save? Only, I noticed you've not got any bags.
No, you're fine. I get the messages I need from up there.
Asda's?
No, the other side.
Ah, Aldi's.
Sorry, I'm not being clear. I'm a mobile medium.
Well, Mrs. B, I was bailing. I told him that I do not entertain non-essential travel. There's been many a night when I've heard the calling of the chippy, but I've stayed home and made do with crisps and Dairy Lee.
I'm not saying I'm a key worker, but I do provide a service. I give people the chance to connect with their loved ones. Like Mrs. McCann, the wee woman I'm seeing now.
What do you mean seeing now? Is she in the car? I knew I shouldn't have gone past the cemetery. This isn't a free-for-all, where you can just tell your deep pals to hop in.
Mrs. McCann, wee Madge, is the client I'm on my way to. Everyone she loves is in spirit.
Oh, she not got any family?
You kidding? There's a whole squad of them. That's the problem. In the good old days, she could make an excuse. Say she was getting her bunions done, chin waxed, piles lanced.
I've got the picture in HD.
But now, there's no escape. Zoom catch-ups, Zoom bingo, Zoom quizzes, family she'd dodge at funerals, now zooming in every week, wanting to know the capital of Iceland. Who sang Agadoo? It's a dystopian, right?
Agadoo, do, 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 Agad. Aye, it certainly is. You'd have Agadoo in your head all day.
Then there's our niece. She's terrified of her.
Was she violent?
No, she's got those painted-on eyebrows. Madge says she's like someone out of the village of the damned. Mind you, she does stay in Thornton Hall.
So she's feared of this lassie's eyebrows, but is fine with deed folk.
You've no seen the lassie's eyebrows.
I have to admit, Mrs. B, I could see that saving people from Zoom quizzes could be classed as an essential service. And if he really was bringing news from departed loved ones, how could I refuse? But how did I know he wasn't conning these old dears? And how much news can someone who's been dead for over 30 years have anyway? So, how does it work? Have you always been psychic?
Oh, no. My first encounter with spirit was just over 3 years ago, shortly after my wife passed. It was a Sunday morning. I remember it clearly because Andrew Neil was on the telly and I was trying to work out what colour his hair was. Kind of peachy damson, maybe. A touch of caramel. Next thing I hear my wife's voice, clear as day.
Did she know what colour it was?
If she did, she never let on. But she did say words I never thought I'd hear her saying again. Malcolm, stop picking your feet. I was so emotional. She used to do them for me.
Ugh. Bulk.
I hope you don't mind me saying, but I'm picking up some heavy vibrations from you.
Oi, don't be so cheeky. Look, everyone's put on a bit of lockdown weight. It's no my fault Viennettas don't come pre-sliced. If you get one thing in a box, it's fair to assume it's one serving.
I meant psychic vibrations. I'm sensing you're about to come into money. But don't let a redhead take it from you.
Huh?
That's it on the left. What do I owe you?
460. How much are we talking?
Sorry, the connection's gone.
Here. Why don't I wait and bring you back? No waiting charge.
Oh, that's very good of you. Cheers.
Well, Mrs. B, talk about leaving me on a cliffhanger. Not that I was convinced, by the way. I'm not taken in that easily. Kim, that psychic Malcolm says I'm going to come into money.
Say the things punters will say to get out of giving you a tip.
It's no like that. I'm watching him now in this wee woman's garden, and he's having a full-blown conversation with someone who's not even there.
So you're taking the word of a man that talks to himself? Right, you've got to pick up.
No can do. I said I'd wait for him.
Sake. Keep the meter running.
Aye, I know. I could have driven off there and then, Mrs. B. But if he was a charlatan, he wasn't getting away with it in my watch. Plus, he had another appointment in Whitecraig's, and who am I to refuse a fare? And there was also the matter of my impending windfall to discuss. I watched wee Madge at her open window, her face filled with joy. And I thought to myself, even if he is at it, he's made that wee woman's day. Then her purse comes out. My heart sank. You could see she's no got much. But he didn't take a penny.
Oh, that was magic. Oh.
You okay? You seem out of breath.
Oh, when I'm connecting with spirit, I sometimes feel their pain. Our husband died from emphysema.
Oh.
I'm just glad it wasn't syphilis.
I noticed you didn't take any money.
Well, I have a 4x4 payment structure. The dearer the motor, the more I charge. No motor?
No charge? Good on you. You're like Robin Hood without the tights. Know that there's anything wrong if you do wear tights. I'm very open-minded. The other day, I bought almond milk. You are now entering Whitecraig's. Oh, you're right about the 4x4s.
Handy for all those mountains on the Ayr Road. Oh, look, there's Everest.
Oh, never understood the fascination. If I had the money, I'd have a wee yellow sporty number.
Well, a life-changing amount of money is coming your way. I can feel it. This is your lucky day.
Well, Mrs. B, now I could hardly breathe. At this point, I was convinced he was legit. Why would he lie? His Whitecraig's client was your typical wag type, all gubb and knee knickers. I watched Malcolm do his thing. He was galloping on the spot like he was on an invisible horse. Oh, I got a lump in my throat. Dead people I can just about cope with, but no dead pets. Then, suddenly, he fell to the ground and wag woman shouting and cursing. I hedged that manicured, shouldn't hear words like that.
I got a vision of her departed husband on horseback, riding fast. Massive heart attack. He wanted to tell his wife that he died happy.
So why did she go mental?
It was his PA he was riding.
Well, Mrs. B, I was howling. I dropped him back at his house, no charge. Well, she hadn't paid him and he'd done much for nothing. And according to him, I was coming into a lot of money. Though I was to beware of a redhead. I was on my way to get my lottery. Then Kim radios in, wanting me to do an airport hire. Oh, please tell me some idiot doesn't think the flight to Benidorm is still on.
It's a pilot. Cargo flight. Prestwick drop-off. Ka-ching!
I'll be there within half an hour. I need to get my winning lucky dip.
No. Key worker.
But as Psychic Malcolm said, this is my lucky day.
Psychic Malcolm talks mince. He's a bit as psychic as a caramel log.
Well, why would he tell me I was coming into big money if it wasn't true?
So you wouldn't charge him top whack for waiting time? Bet you cut a few quid off.
Course not.
Did his great psychic powers tell you that your fridge is gubbed? Your boy called. He couldn't get you in the mobile.
My phone charger's also gubbed.
No really your lucky day after all, is it, doll?
Well, Mrs. B, my heart sank. Kim was right. It was obvious he was playing me just to get a few quid off his fare. And I let him have it for nothing. Some medium. He didn't see I'd just had a death in the family. My poor fridge. So I gave my lucky dip a miss and went to get the pilot, who gave me a tenner tip. And here, I got home to find my fridge was fine. That idiot boy of mine had drunk my almond milk and thought the fridge was broke. Then I spotched the sheet with the birdkey. Maybe it was lucky right enough. It's no every day you get a tenner tip or a fridge that comes back to the deed, is it?
A woman from Barheed has scooped a staggering 22 million in last night's lottery draw. 72-year-old Madge McCann, who bought the winning lucky dip at a Barheed newsagent's just minutes before the draw closed, said the first thing she was going to do was to buy a yellow sports car. Good luck, Madge. Imagine that. 22 million. Good on her.
22 million. 22 million, 22 million. That was my 22 million. Kim, what's your natural hair colour?
Blonde.
Before you were a natural blonde.
Red. How?
I got do bit nipples, chicken tree, I do.
Queen of the Road is brought to you by What's-Her-Face. Episode 3, Psychic Fair, written by Linda Kennedy. Starring Sandra McNeely as Heather, Robin Leng as Malcolm, Sarah McCarty as Kim and news reporter, sound editor Donna Allen, produced and directed by Sarah McCarty, executive producer Maureen Carr. Please join us again next week for Queen of the Road.
She's a taxi queen, fair but he